Good morning, everybody. Happy 5th of July. It is Wednesday. I didn't post on either Monday or Tuesday because of the holidays and the fact that I was just busy with family holiday stuff. I actually did not end up going on the 22-mile Enchantments hike because of this ongoing ankle issue that I have. I was extremely disappointed. You know, my group still went out without me, which is great. I'm glad that they did. I didn't want to be, I could have done it. Realistically, I could have done it. The thing that I was more concerned about was slowing them down, because it's one of those things that you wake up at 3 from Wenatchee, you drive an hour into Leavenworth, and you start the hike around 4:30, 5-ish, and you want to finish with enough time so within 12 hours is the ideal shooting goal. 12 hours, to complete the hike. And to be, to last year I was struggling with it towards the end because I just didn't plan ahead with eating and replenishing my electrolytes and things of that nature. I was just dragging ass the last part of that hike. And so to this year, to where I was ready for it, but physically I felt that I didn't really know what was going on with my ankle. If the doctor told me you have this, I would have known what my capabilities were, and if anything did get worse, I kind of would know what would have been. Instead of just I still have a questionable pain in my ankle, and it just feels worse. It gets hurt, and I don't know exactly. I may be doing something horrible to it. I may be making it worse, so I didn't want to jeopardize it in that regard. So I just decided that I didn't want to injure myself or make things worse or slow them down. 12 miles into it, and then having to get evacuated out of the backcountry via helicopter, which is embarrassing. I just knew that I haven't felt 100% physically in a couple of weeks, and that the biggest hike of my life that I do every year to challenge myself, I wasn't up to it. And so it has nothing to do with the fact that I just didn't feel like I could have done it. It's the fact that I felt that I could have, but I chose not to, simply because the fact that I have an injury that I'm not sure what it is. And when you don't know why something hurts, it makes it, people who really care about their bodies like myself, I want to know what's going on with it, because I don't want to make it worse, and I want to get better, and I want to be able to continue to do things. So if this ankle pain goes away and everything squares up and I feel better, I want to do it again in the summer. I have a friend that didn't go either, and so he wants to, maybe we could do a through hike together. So it's still possible. It's just the fact that with this timing, it was just unfortunate timing. So that's what happened. So Monday and Tuesday, spent a lot of time with the family, getting ready for the barbecue. And I have to say that this 4th of July was probably one of the best ones I've ever had in my life. Simply because we had just everyone come together. We had a nice platter put out. We had some great salads. We had some great food. We even bought some fireworks, which we never do. I just don't do it because they just cost a lot of money, and I'm kind of hesitant about lighting fireworks around my 1.5-year-old daughter. And so, but it was fun. It was great. We got to walk around, put her in the radio flyer. We walked around the neighborhood, and she got to see things, and got to see fireworks for the first time, and it was just a long day. We were all tired and everything like that, so it was good. We had all the family come together, all except for my one brother and his family, just because they had to work and had prior obligations. But yeah, it was good. It was one of those better holidays that I think everything kind of came together. But in regards to just how the neighborhood and the street is for me, I think that a lot of people just simply take, great pride in the fact that they're American citizens, but they don't, it's like there are people that try so much harder to become Americans that, people just discount them because they're from a different country or something to that regard. I think that if someone wants to be an American citizen, that I think they need to find a way to prove it. I mean, I don't know the formula for it. I don't know if you can't really test that thing, but just an overall evaluation of who that person is. If that person lives, cherishing the rights and the privileges that we get here in this country and that people have fought and died for, then, and they do all the great things, they follow through with, with what makes a great American citizen, then great. American citizenship, you got it. But if someone's simply just born here and, just thinks that everyone that comes into the country is wrong and they don't belong here and it's just for American citizens only, people that are born here, that's sort of, I just think American citizenship shouldn't be based upon where you're born or anywhere to that regard. I think that citizenship to a country needs to be earned. I think that depending on where you were born is completely coincidental, and it doesn't decide or make or break you as a person. I think that me being an American citizen and an American doesn't make me better than anyone else. So, it doesn't matter where you're born necessarily. And so I just think that if someone wants to become Canadian, they have some sort of ways of going through the loophole to become Canadian. And if you really want to be a Canadian, you can prove yourself and become a Canadian citizen. That's great. But I think that American citizens should have a lot more pride in why we celebrate things, why we do things, the history of this country, the individuals that this country's back was built on, and that includes all minority groups that have suffered atrocities over the years. African Americans, Chinese Americans, Native Americans. That's just, to me, that's an important part of our history. We shouldn't cut that out. But that's me being sort of political. Back to the fun at hand. I'm still going forward with the 750 push-up challenge. I'm going to stop at 1,000. And when my ankle, I haven't been able to run or do much cardio lately, which is kind of concerning to me because I need to get cardio in. That's my bread and butter. I need to run. I've been running up to, especially with it being as great. The weather's supposed to be like 85 all week, which is perfect weather for me to run. So I would love to run 2 to 3 times a week and get my cardio in that way. But for now with the ankle, I just don't want to make it worse. I need to get it checked out. That's the big thing. So kind of get some answers that way. But other than that, I'm just continuing with the 750 push-ups. I did 1,000 yesterday. I didn't get a chance to get up today. I was just so tired and worn out from yesterday. I slept in. We have a late arrival at work, which is good, but I'm still going to go in and grind all day. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. Hope everyone was safe. You got to spend time with family, friends, and loved ones. And you got to come together for what we consider one of the best American holidays that we have. And that you got to take in all the grandeur in which people want to bring in this time of year during that holiday. So I will definitely talk to you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow again. So have a big training that I have to kind of finish up today and get together for tomorrow. And as soon as I get all these trainings done and complete, then I'll be able to just kind of make small changes throughout, every single time I do them. I do each training probably once every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And so I get 3 weeks or 4 weeks in between all of those to improve them as I go along. So right now they're not the greatest. I still make some improvements and make some changes, but it's changing. It's an ongoing process. It feels good, but I like the fact that I had to schedule these things and get them lit, scheduled, because now I know if they're there, I can't change them. Me, I'm the kind of guy that, spit on my hand, shake my hand. That's my word is my bond. And so if I schedule something, I'm not going to change it or reschedule it. I'm going to keep it no matter what's going on in my life. So I got to keep these trainings on the calendar, and I just got to keep making changes and improving them as I go. I can't change them or reschedule them simply for the fact that I don't have them done or they're not to my standards. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.